say.
What's happening, everybody? I just saw a preview for a movie called Primetime.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. I had to chat GPT to see if this was a real movie or like a fake AI movie.
Right.
It's real. Now I'm going to give you some hints as to what it's about.
Okay.
If I just say Primetime, where does your mind go?
Deion Sanders.
Me too. It is not a sports movie. It is about a show that used to happen on Primetime. Go where your mind takes you.
Show that used to happen, like a sitcom or no?
Wherever your mind takes you.
60 Minutes.
Okay, 60 Minutes. Incorrect, but we're dancing now. It's a show that used to happen in primetime that happened once a week that was pretty much a cultural phenomenon.
Cultural phenomenon once a week. No, I don't. I've got nothing for you.
Any of you guys?
Anybody?
Any guesses?
Cultural phenomenon?
Once a week, cultural phenomenon.
American Gladiators?
Okay.
Oh, In Living Color?
Not a comedy. The host of this show got wildly famous from this show, and I would even say it was a dangerous show to do.
Fear Factor.
No, but we're
Punked.
No, we're not
He
dancing
was
anymore.
already famous, right?
We've slowed down. We're not dancing anymore. We were kind of dancing at 60 Minutes
60
a little
Minutes.
bit.
So it's got to be some kind of news or, something to that effect.
It was a show where the people would not know they were being recorded until the end.
Scott Hansen.
That's exactly it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a movie called Primetime. Robert Pattinson is playing Scott Hansen. And it's about that show, the
How to Catch a
cultural.
Predator?
That's exactly what it
I'm
is.
thinking NFL RedZone, guys.
Oh no, you're
Scott Hansen.
No, that was
Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Good. I'm glad you said
You
that.
would have been really good on that
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Okay.
It's Chris Hansen, To Catch a Predator. Robert Pattinson is playing him, and it's all about that time in the 2000s, the impact of that show. And again, the fact that Twilight would play, I just thought it was fake.
Right. I mean, that show has run its course, obviously, a long time ago, but I haven't thought about that in a long time.
You know why it stopped? Have you heard the story of the guy that killed himself?
No.
Like they had got to a guy and he was barricaded himself in the house and killed himself.
Oh, while they were trying to do the interview? or
Yeah,
something
while they
like
were
that?
trying to
I was going to say, every situation that he stepped into had to be a dangerous situation. You don't know how these people are going to act. Obviously, they're off the rocker. They've got a screw loose. And so the intensity in that room, that buildup, where he's hiding in the closet waiting to come out and then the camera's doing, you have no idea what to expect. That was wild.
Some of those are pretty funny to watch back because the dudes know they're caught and they're like, yeah, I'll have a beer. And they'll just like talk about it. They know they're caught, right? And they're just. There's one though that I saw on TikTok about a guy who was on the show. He was underage. He thought he was talking to an underage girl. He gets there. There's nothing illegal happening. They put him on TV because if I'm remembering this correctly, they asked him how old he was, and he felt like he needed to lie
Right.
because he was trying to impress her. And so he lied and said he was older. They set up the sting. He gets there. He's basically her age. Fake her, not a real person.
Right.
Gets there. They do the whole run. They put him in, and the whole thing is like, I wasn't even, it was legal. What
I'm
I was
a
trying to do.
minor.
Yeah. He was like, it was minor.
He's like, I got you guys.
Did I bring a six-pack? I did. But, at the end of the day, I'm still just a minor.
I thought it was wild that was going to be a movie. And I'm not sure if it is more a snapshot of that time in general, but the fact that, again, Twilight, Batman, Robert Pattinson is playing Chris Hansen.
It's a pretty big deal.
Now I'm getting my Hansons mixed up. Chris is Catch a Predator. Scott is NFL RedZone.
Correct. And then the Hansen brothers is
Mbop.
yes.
I wonder if Scott Hansen ever gets called Chris Hansen.
Ooh.
And he's like, nah, not me. I'm not Catch a Predator guy. So
He'd be really good at that, too.
have
he
you
can talk.
seen Project Hail Mary yet?
No.
Oh, you and your family will love it.
Really?
It's a movie your whole family can watch. And you'll all
I
love it.
love families that my whole movie can watch because if you
Hold
don't-
on.
Hold on. 8-year-old?
No, you said families that your whole movie can watch.
Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean.
Yes,
Movies that my whole family
Got
can
it.
watch. Because right now we're at the stage where we have so many different age groups that somebody wants to watch this and somebody wants to watch that. And this is too kid appropriate for the older kids. And this is too adult appropriate for the younger kids. So ones that we can all watch.
Everybody will love it.
Project Hail Mary.
It's a book. Book's great. The movie does a wonderful job. It has Ryan Gosling in it. And I think if I were 9, I would like it. And I loved it at my age now. It's fantastic. That's a good one, you guys. And it's out now. You have to buy it. it's so new to streaming.
I
but
guess maybe
you know what,
I'll buy it. I'll splurge.
You got a little extra.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
it's better than going to the movies and spending like $150 for 7 tickets.
You know, when you have a family the size of, you have to drive in a Sprinter van. That's an expensive movie night.
Yes. Every night we go out to eat, it's an expensive movie night or dinner night or event night
Or
anything.
grocery bill. Just
I took the family to Bruno Mars. Brutal.
Was that at the stadium?
That was at Nissan.
When was that?
That was 2 weeks ago.
Was it good?
It was unbelievable.
In the
Romance
stadium?
Store in the stadium. He's one of my favorite artists of all time. Great entertainer. He's up there, entire band behind him. He killed all of his top hits, but this new Romance Tour, he's got something about him, dude.
Tell me more about the show.
The show itself, I didn't know he was such an incredible musician in terms of he plays the guitar, he plays the piano, he can sing his ass off, he dances. I mean, it's everything that you want when you go to a concert and you want to be entertained. He crushed it, checked every box. It was people were standing up the entire time, singing, dancing,
really
raging.
cool.
It was fantastic.
Especially in a stadium. It's hard to keep everybody caring in a stadium because it's so large, but you feel like everybody was dialed in.
Dialed in, everybody's singing every word to every song.
That's cool.
I mean, you had sections look like they were in sequence dancing with him. It was awesome.
Did you guys go to that?
No, I wish. It was like on a Wednesday night.
Yeah, it was,
I wanted to go so bad.
That's how you know you're a massive artist. You can do a show on a Wednesday night in a stadium.
and sold it out.
Nissan was sold out.
Sold out. I mean, and the field was sold out. It was incredible.
That's super cool. Good for him. I don't know him. I've met him. But good for any artist that can sell that out. There are very few stadium acts now. There are some that try and it doesn't quite work out. But to be a stadium act and on a Wednesday, woo.
On a Wednesday, and it was cold. It was raining.
And he was like, it was
had
noon.
ponchos. Everybody had
And it was
ponchos on. And still, everybody's like, nah, we're going. Let's do it.
Once, whenever I was working, I would say regional television, I did a bit that I won't say got me fired, but
Yes, I love these stories.
it is a bit that I think got me in trouble that ended up getting my show canceled. I haven't thought about it since I was talking about this Dateline NBC To Catch a Predator.
Mm-hmm.
And so my producer was Eddie, who's works with me now on the radio show, and we met doing a music TV show, and then we spun it into this kind of regional late night interview kind of comedy show. Now, we didn't have a big budget, so it wasn't like a real late night show, but they showed it at night. I had a desk. Everything was kind of just rigged together. And so I got into some trouble doing a couple segments, and they said you have to pitch every segment to us before you do them. Otherwise, we were just out with cameras filming stuff because we had to get it done every week, 3 or 4 segments plus the interviews. And I said, why don't we go to the costume shop and rent the Lucky Charms? That guy's a leprechaun, right? The Lucky Charms leprechaun.
Leprechaun.
It was like Toucan Sam. It was a Teletubby. They were like Yosemite Sam. They're like 5. And we set up a camera at my house it was way before Ring cams or the security cameras over the door. We set the camera up over the door, and the idea was Yosemite Sam comes and knocks on the door and is coming over to catch predator. And the whole show was me coming out and confronting Yosemite Sam, the Teletubby. Like, that was every bit. I was like, so, Yosemite, do you know why you're here? And Albert was like, no, Marvin, I was here to meet a kid. You got me. And so, all in big mascot outfits.
This is hilarious.
Yeah. And they were so disgusted by that.
Really?
That our show was inevitably canceled like a week later.
So that was after they had told you that you need to pass these skits through them?
Yeah, that was one of the skits we tried to pass through them.
And they said no to it?
It was such a no. It was a resounding no. I thought it was the funniest thing. This is forever ago.
Actually hilarious.
Because To Catch a Predator was massive. And I haven't thought about this in forever. And the fact that we were going to go to this place called Lucy in Disguise, it was a costume shop. I'd already surveyed to know what costumes they had. And I just thought it'd be so funny to have one of my friends dressed up as Yosemite Sam coming in and being like, I'm here to meet Shelly. She's 12. I still think that's funny.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
Very funny.
So anyway, I would watch Project Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary, I'm on it.
Yeah.
Full circle. Full circle.
Yeah. It's really
Dateline,
good.
How to Catch a Predator, Yosemite Sam. Oh, yeah, by the way, Project Hail Mary.
What do you think about Patrick Mahomes being at practice already?
It's wild. I mean, I know that there's been medical advancements in the recovery timeline for all these guys, and it's wild how quickly they can come back from an injury like an ACL. But it was so late in the season as well. So I'm sure that he's very moderate on what they're allowing him to do in different team periods. At the same time, it's remarkable that he's already out there. I mean, it's pretty crazy.
There's the story of the first 4-minute mile, and it took 100 years to run a 4-minute mile, and people kept saying it could never be done. Then a guy ran it, and then the second guy was able to actually beat a 4-minute mile like 2 weeks later. Like, oh, it can actually be done? Okay, then let's pursue that. I understand the advances medically. I also wonder if you're seeing some of these guys and women heal up faster, if it shows people, oh, if I work harder, I actually can heal up faster as well. If I do everything right, I do all of the rehab, the surgery went well, that if I push it at a level, it can heal faster because I've seen other people. I just think of Adrian Peterson doing it, and then how since then, not everybody heals at that same rate because that was wild how fast he was back on the field.
He rushed for 2,000 yards that year.
But you're seeing people bounce back much faster from ACLs, from MCLs, from even Achilles. Like to see Jason Tatum come back, and now we're talking NBA, to come back, he was supposed to be out the whole year. I wonder if people healing faster and science together is showing people they can heal even faster. And I wonder if that's what the deal is with Mahomes.
Right. I'm sure it's a confidence thing for every athlete now that have seen people before them go through that process and continue to make strides and hit their landmarks of when they need to be doing this and when they need to be doing that. And that continues to push the envelope in how they train and how they go through the process of recovery, because I know that they understand that the knee is fixed, but now it's about getting all those small muscles and pushing that more and more and more. And even when Tom was going through it, he had a setback because he had an infection in his knee. They had to go back in and do some stuff as well. But just watching that recovery process, he understood, look, if I push myself hard now, I'm not going to re-injure it any worse, but I have to get myself pushed through the pain early on, got to break down the scar tissue, got to do all those things. And these athletes are so regimented in their mindset anyway, and probably so motivated to get back out on the field that it's probably goes hand in hand with what you're saying, the medical part, the mental part.
Yeah, if you see somebody do it at a rate that you didn't think really could be done that fast, and then science is getting better, like those combined, I think is allowing all these athletes to come back a little earlier. Still healthy. You got to be healthy to come back, but to actually have the confidence to come back.
Right, and different methods of training too, and how they go through that process of recovery has changed dramatically from you need to wait at least 2 months before you start really getting into exercise. Within probably 2 weeks or so, they're starting to do exercises. They're starting to get the range of motion back. They're starting to do all those. So that's what I'm talking about when we're talking about the advancement in terms of how you approach injury and recovery from it.
And Jason Tatum should not have been back. Meaning, based on the historical data of a ruptured Achilles at the level that his was hurt, he shouldn't have come back this season. But because people are coming back faster and because he felt like he could train even harder, he was able to come back. Now, he ended up not playing Game 7.
Which was the downfall to the Celtics this year.
there is other things other than that, but yes, that's a huge
Which
factor.
was the downfall. Oh, shoot, we don't have Tatum.
He looked amazing, too.
He did look so good during that season. And also, you think about it, basketball more than anything with an Achilles, that is going to challenge every fiber of that joint or ligament, because you're talking about something that every time you plant and change directions and jump, you're challenging the integrity of what that is supposed to be able to do. It's wild.
Is the Achilles the worst thing you could tear on your leg? I feel like it is, but I could be convinced otherwise. I have limited knowledge on all the things that tear. ACL, MCL, I get it. If they're all torn together,
brutal.
Difficult. But the Achilles is probably like the one ligament, if you had to go one power rankings, you don't want to tear. What are you seeing over there?
Yeah, the first thing that pops up is a grade 3 ACL, which is like the ACL,
totally ripped in half,
patella tendon, everything around your
okay,
knee.
well,
but that's more than one.
Okay, I'll chop off your leg. Okay, I should have said that. We should
so
start number one, chop off your leg.
Yes. Okay, you lost half your leg. Do you want us to put it back on?
What else? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Okay, that's number one. What else do you see?
Complete knee ligament tear, and then Achilles is number 2. And then quad.
Oh, golly.
Quad would be bad, like ripping it off the bone, having to reattach that. Oh.
There is a video that you can find on any of the social medias where Vince McMahon, who was the owner and the chairman of the WWE for a while. He comes and he slides in the ring and he tears both his quads.
Tears both of them?
Yeah, because he slides face first.
He's like, hurry, jump on top of me now.
And he
dude.
keeps going. He keeps going. Because he wrestled for a while too.
Right.
But he tore both of his quads going into the ring. That seems
so painful. How do you even continue?
like life is miserable for the next 3 to 6 months. Just miserable. And then you have to build back. The quads, God dang, that's terrible. Yeah, all of us are like grabbing our legs going,
I know.
oh.
I'm just thinking about that right now. Just going, oh.
All right, coming in a second, we have Shaq Moore. He is World Cup veteran, pro. Plays for FC Dallas now?
Now he does.
Yeah. But he also played here for a bit, huh?
Yeah, Nashville.
Yeah.
SC.
I didn't think in our building. I literally meant like the city that we're playing in. Yeah. So we'll talk World Cup. I'm very limited in my soccer knowledge.
I'm very limited as well.
I think as long as we're upfront about that,
Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to just say, hey, look.
We don't know a lot, so
We
we're
don't
going to
know
ask
a lot.
some real dumb questions. Shaq Moore coming up in just a second. All right, let's welcome in World Cup veteran, longtime pro, and a guy who's played soccer in the U.S., Spain, MLS for FC Dallas. After spending some time here in Nashville, we're not going to clap, Shaq. But no, in our hearts, we're clapping. We just get in trouble for like banging on stuff. Shaq Moore is here. Shaq, thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me, man. Pleasure to be here.
Appreciate that. So we want to start by saying we don't know a lot about soccer. So we're going to ask you some questions where you're like, really? Like these will be dumb guy questions.
Talking to a kindergartner, right, about soccer.
Yes, that's exactly it. Where'd you grow up?
Fort Lauderdale, Atlanta, the area. So yeah, the South.
When did you start playing soccer?
Probably like around 3, 4. My dad played. He's from Trinidad and Tobago, so that's all they did in the
nice.
Caribbean. And naturally, I just started playing. So.
What level did your dad play?
College, and he went to England for a little bit, but went back to study. You know, during those times, it wasn't really pro. It was study. So he came back and then actually went on a scholarship to, where did he go? Fairleigh Dickinson in New Jersey.
He's legit.
Yeah.
He was
He
legit.
did his thing.
Yeah,
He did his
legit.
thing. He did his thing.
So for you as a soccer player in the United States, what was your path leading up to, because you played club obviously and went pro at 18, but talk to me about your upbringing and the route that you took to get to where you were.
Yeah, so I started off in Fort Lauderdale. Like I said, played for a small club called Lauderhill Lions. Really developed me as well. And then moved to Atlanta. Parents got a better job there, more opportunities, so moved to Atlanta and started playing for a local team as well called Smyrna Stealth. And really small team, not as big as like the Concords. I mean, you guys probably wouldn't know about these teams, but the Concords, Atlanta Fire, kind of the bigger teams in the area. So I was kind of like an underdog like my whole life. So to make it out through there, did the ODP thing, and finally got looked, and that's when I ended up going to the residency program, which is where the U17 team kind of lives together for 2 years in Bradenton, and that's when my career really took off. So I got more exposure, got to play. We played a few tournaments in Spain, and then that's where my career finally took off. Got an opportunity to go and trial in Spain and ended up there, and that's where my career started, professional career.
At what age were you that dude, though? Where people were like, that's the dude?
I would probably say around 15. 15 is when I really started to come into my own, like, okay, I'm him.
Where you felt advanced compared to the people you were competing against?
Oh, for sure. So, I mean, felt advanced probably around 10, 11. Growing up, I knew I was special.
Yeah.
But until I got to a bigger stage, we were playing against national competition. That's when I realized, okay, I can do this at a high level.
Did you always play the same position growing up, or did you change different positions throughout?
So I was originally a midfielder, so like a center midfielder, defensive midfielder, but I can always kind of do a little bit of everything. So that ended up helping me a lot in my career. So more in the pros, I started playing a little bit more right back, center back. I even played right mid, left mid. So playing everywhere has kind of always been my thing. So
Define what right back means
thank
for
you.
the common listener.
yeah. So, well, in soccer, there's a line of 4, right? So you play in different formations. There's 11 guys on the field, so it's broken up into 4-4-2, 4-3-3, and this 4 is usually the line of defense. So I usually play on the right side of the 4. So there's a right back, center back, left back. You guys follow me?
I'm with you.
Okay. So I usually play anywhere across the back line, usually on the right back, but I can play center back and left back and anywhere, basically.
What'd your dad play?
He played kind of like a number 10 striker, which is a forward. Those are guys that score all the goals. Way more flashy than defenders. We stop them from scoring. He scores all the goals. So he did his thing.
So you didn't see what he did and pursue that? You just kind of played into what felt most natural to you on the
I kind of
field?
played whatever felt more natural to me. And then as I got older to kind of get on the field, defense was it. So ended up working out how it's supposed to.
So as a defender, like in the NFL, right, you could have the wide receiver catch a touchdown or the quarterback throws one. That gets noticed, right? It's a big play on defense, interception, a sack. For a defender in soccer, when you're playing your position, is it almost better that they're not talking about you at the end of the game because that means you did your job well?
Yeah, you can say that. That's a good point. You know, it's funny because a defender can do everything right for 90 minutes, and 1 minute that we get scored on, we're the worst player in the world. So it's kind of a balance. You know, you can kind of do everything perfect as well, and then you can score, and all of a sudden you're the best defender in the world. So it's definitely a balance. But yeah, as a defender, you always want to, goal line saves, kind of doing anything for the other team not to score.
When you're playing in another country, do you know Spanish?
I know Spanish, yeah.
Okay, so then you know what the crowd's yelling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my question. Like, if I were in Spain doing anything and they're yelling, I don't know what they're yelling.
Yeah. Oh, in the beginning, I didn't understand it, but once I started learning Spanish, you realize you hear everything, the good, the bad.
Does it feel way aggressive, like the crowd there? Passionate?
Yes, because like you said, they're so passionate over there about their team, about their city, even like derby, like rival games. It's like a war. So yeah, they're definitely passionate about it.
I went over to Italy, and I for like a brief period of time, I bought an Italian basketball team. I ended up selling it, but I bought a part of an Italian basketball team. And what was crazy was those European fans, even for basketball, had the benches when they took us in to like look to see if we wanted to be a part owner. They had over the bench those covers, so the fans couldn't throw
stuff on them. Right?
Yeah, which is why, because I've only ever seen those in soccer. Do you guys need those in soccer?
Yes, we need them. Yes, we need them, especially when you go to some hostile environment. Even at home sometimes, like when I was playing in Tenerife, one of the teams I played with, when we had a bad run of games, it was tough. They wouldn't throw stuff on you, but it's better to have the protection just in case they're upset. So yeah, they lived the game out there. I remember we had a loss, and they'd have a whole week that was just sad around the whole city. So definitely a little different culture in here than in Europe.
How about player-wise? Is there a lot of talking that takes place on the field between players?
There's a little bit, yeah. I've never been one to really talk shit, but I mean, if someone talks about me, I might, say a thing or two, but I'm more on the field, right? So I might tackle you a little bit harder, or I might give you a little extra bump, but not really a talker.
What about some of these guys that speak completely different languages that you don't understand? You're like, can somebody translate this for me?
That's funny. You know what? Not really, but you can kind of tell from their body language or the force that they talk with. You can kind of see, okay, this is definitely not a good thing that they're saying. So I'm like, I got a tackle for you showing up. Whenever I get the chance, I'm gonna line you up.
Because you were elite young when you started to get into your high teens and 20s. Would you ever have a 14 or 15, I'm not sure the age, like a young elite player playing with you too, and you're going, wow, this kid is next level?
Oh yeah, we always had like academy kids kind of training with us, like the next one up. Because in sports is always, when can we get rid of this old guy and the new guy kind of coming up. So especially in Spain, there was a lot of young talent, especially like around my age. I was around 17, 18 when I went there, and there was always 15-year-old, 16-year-old, they're trying to push to be the next one. So
were they good?
They were good, yeah. They were good. But some obviously took a little longer, or some were late bloomers. So he would train with us when he was 15, and then he would be all right. But by the time he turned 17, you realize, wow, a whole different player, and he's ready for this level. So it kind of varies.
What was your influence to go to Spain versus maybe stay in the United States and play here? Was it the level of competition, or was it just the experience in itself?
Well, for me, I was kind of always wanted to go to Europe in general, whether that be Spain. I really liked England as well, but I always knew that Europe was the highest level that everyone kind of aspired to. So, in the back of my mind, I was always kind of go where the big fish are and then test my luck there. So that's what I did.
Did you find it was a lot tougher there?
Yes, not even just on the field, off the field as well. So,
in what way?
So learning Spanish was very difficult for me.
Oh, like the living part of it.
Exactly. So obviously being away from home and the food and the culture, like in Spain they ate dinner at like 9:00. I remember our first day here, I lived in a residence with a few other guys, and I was like, 7:00, where's the food at? But the cultural, they eat at 9, and there's little stuff like that you kind of have to get used to, but once I kind of got that down pat, it was smooth sailing from there.
What about the game itself? Is it different in Europe than you'd say growing up in the United States in terms of schematically how they attack the game or how they play the game?
Yeah, for sure. For me, the best coaches for me has been in Spain, for sure. The way they break down the game has always been very easy for me, especially coming from the U.S., a different kind of structure to training, to thinking, to strategy, like you said. But yeah, and you realize that. When I came back from Spain, I realized it felt like I was a step quicker or thinking or just reading the game or any little thing like that. So for me, Spain definitely was definitely an eye-opener. A lot to learn, but that learning curve, once I got past that, I feel like my game really, really took off.
You've represented the U.S., FIFA, what's the other cup that you played in? Did you do Gold Cup?
I did Gold Cup. I did Copa America. I did the World Cup.
Gold Cup seems crazy because like with Mexico, because Gold Cup's like all the close countries, right?
Yeah,
like I've watched that.
This region, yeah.
Like Mexico, United States, when you guys play, that feels dangerous. Yeah, that feels like Steelers Ravens.
Very hostile.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, did you ever have to play in Mexico City, or where in Mexico would you play?
We usually play at Azteca, which is like one of their most famous stadiums.
Okay.
And those games are always tough.
It looks insane in the stadium.
I think it was like 80,000 or 100,000 Mexicans just against you. Like everything you do, they're booing you or whistling you. Like.
How do they get you ready for that? If you've not experienced it, what do they tell you?
Well, just to be ready for a battle, honestly. Those games, a lot of times it's not about playing good or bad. It's about just being intense, living it, and usually that'll get through it because with all the antics that, usually Mexican teams kind of have and, they're physical and playing at their stadium and then the ref. It's a lot to...
You just said they're dirty without saying it. You just said they're dirty without saying it.
They're not the nicest. And then also, it's a rivalry between us, right? So it's always a little more, oomph in a tackle and a challenge. So I think the most important thing in those games is intensity. Also, the more you play them, the more comfortable you get with them, the more you know what's required of you as a team and individually. So experience is the greatest teacher. It's hard to kind of replicate it unless you've been in a few. So,
and on these teams, when you have so many talented players, a lot of probably who haven't played together, how do you create that chemistry where you guys come together as a team? Obviously, you're representing something bigger than yourself, but it's more that camaraderie that you have amongst the team.
That's a good question, especially how we're only together a lot of times for like a week and a half at times. But I think the most important thing that we do, the coach kind of brought us together really well, right? So a lot of guys are always away in Europe. So when we come home, it's like almost like we're home again, right? And a lot of us played together, growing up as well, whether that's a U17 camp or U20 camp. So we're familiar with who we are. But definitely the camaraderie, the chemistry starts when we're all away. We keep in touch, and then we come together. It's like a family ready to compete.
With Gold Cup, Copa, those tournaments there, what was the process then? Did you go through the Olympic process or World Cup? I guess the World Cup is coming up. Did you go through that process for the American team?
So with the American team, you play with your club team. So I was in Nashville, I was in Tenerife, I was in Spain. Now I'm in Dallas. And the coach kind of checks on you from afar, right? So you're playing, and he watches games every weekend, and who he thinks is best, who he thinks can fit in this place or that place. And then after he makes his decisions, camp by camp, right? So there's a camp in March, there's a camp in May, there's a camp in June. So just because you make the camp in March doesn't mean you're going to make the camp in May. Depends on how you play, depends on if you fit well with the guys, depends if you're maybe going through a funk, but your leadership is there. Kind of every player is different, right? So it kind of depends.
And how competitive are the practices? Because I'm guessing you have, from what I read, it was 26 players on the team. There's 11 players. Yeah. And if you get substituted out, you're not going back in the game.
You're not happy at all.
So you're trying to start, obviously. So it's got to be super competitive leading up to the actual games. Very
competitive. But like you said, when it comes to bringing a team together, sometimes you got to put the team over your kind of individual egos because, at the end of the day, you're representing the country. Right, so it looks bad if you come off and you're sulking. It looks bad if your attitude isn't great for the next guy coming on. So especially with these tournaments where it's knockout stage or 3 games and you could be out. So the quicker you can put your ego aside and just play and represent the country and no egos, the better the team is going to be. So.
With the World Cup, whenever they were picking players off, did you get the call? Come to a camp?
Yeah. So I got the call the last camp before the World Cup. We had like a fitness camp because the MLS schedule was different from the European schedule. So we were brought together training, and then I got the call after that camp in 2022.
And so then, what? Like you just like try to like be one of the boys, like so. Then let the coach see you being one of the boys.
No, not really. So my thing was just train, compete, and then kind of get a spot. And then after the camp, he would like say, yo, listen, I'm gonna give you guys a call in 3-4 days, and then I'll say if you made it or you didn't make it, which is the most nerve-wracking thing, by the way. So yeah, I remember just looking back and going home, and he calls me. He's like, "Yeah, you're in," and then it was a great experience.
What was that moment like? I mean, because that's got to be a bucket list for any player.
For sure. It was nerve-wracking because right, he's either going to tell you made it or you didn't make it. Right?
But you made it.
But there's always that doubt that the call might not go that way, right? So you kind of nerve-wracked, kind of nervous, kind of excited at the same time. You don't know how it's gonna go, but you know when you finally get the call that you're going, it's definitely a relief and proud moment.
What's your diet like?
Depends. Am I in season or off season?
In
season.
Yeah.
Well, I burn off a lot of calories easily, so my cheat days are like usually Sundays after the game, so I usually eat anything, burger, Chipotle, whatever. I was also in Spain for a long time, so I was missing out on Chick-fil-A and Chipotle, so Sunday's my cheat day. But during the week, I try to eat healthy, carbs, sometimes a little meat, sometimes, kind of depends on the day. Day before the game, carb load up, some more pasta. Day of, more rice, kind of depends.
I was looking for a diagram. You didn't give me that. You just said
no.
I kept it more general, right?
He's got the pyramid scheme. A little protein up here, carbohydrate.
I know, right?
Did you feel weird? And did you say Qatar or Qatar?
Qatar.
Okay. So did you feel unsafe in Qatar?
No, I didn't actually. I felt good. I mean, we had security just because coming off of COVID, and that region is a little different, a little conservative about different things. But I think they hosted a great World Cup. We felt safe, we felt welcome, and I think they did a really good job.
What about the decision to come back to the United States and actually play here? And how have you seen the game evolve from when you left?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I was in Spain for like 7-8 years, and towards the last year, I think I was kind of not homesick, but it was like, okay, it might be ready to just think about coming back. So when the opportunity came for Nashville, it was a no-brainer. Also, I lost my grandfather, I lost my uncle, so I just I think was ready. I was ready to come back. So also, it was a World Cup year, and my last year in Tenerife, I was playing sometimes but not playing. So I was like, if I want to go to the World Cup, I got to be playing every week. I got to be fit. I got to be healthy. And I think Nashville was the best decision at the time. So I ended up working out, came back, killed it, and ended up going to the World Cup. So it worked out.
Okay, he's told you good question 3 times. Me none. I gotta get.
I'm feeling this right now. This interview so far, I've been trying to keep it tight.
It's his show, right?
No, it's our show.
It's our show.
Oh, yeah. It's our show. Yeah. I gotta get a good question.
Just keep telling good question.
No. Okay, let me think if I got a good question here. Okay. How does America get good at soccer?
I think it starts from
Good question.
Good question? Sorry, good question.
Thank you.
There we go. Good question.
Really hard question.
I think it starts from the grassroots, right? From the young age. Can we train them properly? Can we make sure they're having fun? Can we make sure they have their flair and their skill that you kind of learn on the street with playing with their friends, so it doesn't become so what's the word, strategic. Sometimes you got to just let it be free flowing until they get to like, I don't know, 10, 11, 12, then you create the structure for them. But especially growing up, let them play, let them be free, let them play with skill. And then as you get older, then you start to introduce the tactics and building out the back. Probably, I don't know if you guys know about that stuff, building out the back and how to attack, how to defend. But I think to keep it as natural as possible up until a certain age, and then after that, then you start to groom them how you want to.
We don't have that now.
So it depends on where you're at, right? So I remember growing up, for me, it was a lot of structure of how to play instead of kind of being free. Like if you look at countries like Spain or Brazil, there's a different type of flair that they play with that you can just see just by looking at it. Sometimes in the U.S. it's more, how can I make this player this at this age instead of like let them develop, because the best players at 8, 9, 10 is not necessarily going to be the best players at 14, 15, 16. So how can we bridge the gap between letting them kind of develop naturally and then when they get to age to kind of steer them in a direction where it's best for them?
Who do you think is the best coach in the United States is right now?
In terms of professional level?
Professional level.
Let me see.
You might want to pick the organization you're
playing
for.
Right? Yeah.
Except for your coach. Other than your coach.
Sorry, Eric Quill, I'm going to give you a shout out, but you're my favorite coach. I can't say you're not. Let me see. I like Eric Quill, man. It's not because he's my coach, but I think since I've gotten to Dallas, he's really given me a platform to really, express how I play with a little bit more freedom. He gave me a bigger role to be. I'm captain now as well, so
congrats.
Thank you. So yeah, I'll give it to Eric Cool. Not just because he's my coach, but he's a good coach.
You were on the last World Cup team. Did you think you had a shot to make this World Cup team?
No, I didn't make this one. The roster just came out.
No, did you think you had a shot?
Did I
though?
think?
Yeah.
I was in the mix. I talked to Coach Pochettino a few times, and it was just a lot of competition.
How many players have to get hurt before we get you in?
I don't wish
Just
that.
let us know. Bobby knows people.
I don't wish that on anyone, man. I'm thankful that I got to go to one, and I wish the guys who are going, the best of luck. I'll be watching, cheering them on.
You really root for them?
Oh yeah, of course. 'Cause I know a lot of guys on the team, and then I remember there's a lot of guys who during my World Cup they didn't make the cut, and then this one they made the cut. So happy for everyone. I'm not really a malicious guy. I don't really, wish bad on everyone. So wishing them the best of luck. I'll definitely be watching.
Do you think we can get into the knockout stage?
Yeah, I think so.
We have a pretty weak group, right?
I think so. I wouldn't say weak. I think in today's game, there's no weak team. On paper, it might look like we're favorite playing at home.
Australia's pretty weak.
You never know. Those blokes could get it going.
Yeah, I wouldn't overlook any team.
Okay,
I wouldn't overlook any team. So starting with the first game, you attack that game, you try to win, and then you try to get to the second game and the third game. Give yourself a chance to get out, but you can't overlook any team, and especially like in today's age where a lot of teams are very equal. So down to the smallest country to the biggest country. So starts with the group game, the first game, and take it from there.
All right, I've got to ask you a question about flopping. I mean, you see it constantly, and the guy's not hurt, let alone the way he looks like he got hit by a car.
Yeah, I need to call an ambulance for me.
Call an ambulance. One, have you ever flopped? Number two, do you call people out when you know that this is absurd?
I'm not a big flopper, man. I'm not a big flopper. Now, if I feel contact and I'm go down, that's different. But I'm a defender, so I'm usually the one initiating the contact, trying to win the ball. But yeah, if I feel like he goes down kind of easy, I'm definitely gonna tell him something, because at the end of the day, that's more pressure on us. Now we're defending a little bit more, or it's a penalty, and now my team is in a bad spot. So I definitely have to give him an earful or something.
But if it's a perfectly orchestrated flop, like they nailed it, you have to a little bit respect that, right?
No, I can't.
No,
Thank you. It's bad for the game. It's bad for the people watching. It's bad for the guys on watching on TV. I'm just not an advocate. But now I must say there's less because there's VAR. VAR is like a video analyst review, whatever. So they can watch it back and see if it was actual contact or if it was a flop. So it has gone down a lot.
Is the scariest part for you in a game when somebody gets that free kick and you guys got to stand there covering your junk?
Oh yeah, that's not fun.
And just waiting right in front of the
Yeah,
goal, and
that's
it could
not
just
fun.
ricochet right off your face.
It's like, because you have to cover your private areas, and then the ball hits you in your face. So it's like a lose everywhere, and then if you duck and the ball goes over you and go to your set piece coach. Set piece are like corners, free kicks. Your set piece coach is gonna be like, yo, how can you let that happen? Take it like a man. So I'm glad I'm not in the wall usually, but when I am, it's definitely nerve-wracking.
All right, here's a question I have. If let's say you're in Spain, because you were in Spain, and someone were to ask you, hey, Shaq, teach me some American slang, what would you teach them?
Good question.
Thank you. That was a good one. That's natural. I didn't have to beg for that one. All right, good.
I would probably start with lit. It's lit, right? So say you go somewhere and there's a lot of people and it's a good time. You say it's lit. What else would I say? You can say someone is tight. Someone is tight means it's like they're acting up. They're doing too much, right? So you said a joke and they're acting a little bit too much. I'm like, yo, it's tight. You're acting tight right now. It's not that serious. It's just a joke. What else can I say? What else would I say? I think that's about it right now that I can think of.
Lit and tight.
Lit and tight. Tight.
That's my nickname.
It's lit.
Both my
That's
nicknames. Lit and tight.
Yeah, lit is what they say. Like, there's a bunch of new ones now. Like, my little brother, they come with me, like, saying all type of new stuff, and they like call me, "Yo, Grandpa, what? You don't understand this?" I'm like, "No, we never used to say stuff like that." So it changes by the day.
You got any superstitions?
I have a few, right? So I'll put my right sock on first, and then my left, and then my right boot on, and then my left, and then before every game, I make a sprint from wherever I'm at to the box, and then I kind of get ready right there mentally, and then I take two jumps, bum, ready to go. If I don't do it, I feel like I'm not gonna play well that day.
I love it.
Do you ever get to do penalty kicks?
Yeah, I've done a few.
Are you good at it?
I mean, I've missed a few too, but I think my percentage is more positive than negative.
How did you get to do them?
So it was a penalty shootout.
They pick like 5 guys?
It's like 5 guys, yeah.
And you're the 5th guy?
Depends how I'm feeling. So sometimes I feel more confident. By the first second, I can go. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? If it gets to 6, I'll go.
What do you look for in the goalie? Or do you not look at the goalie when you're doing that?
Well, long time ago, you can just pick an area and then you go there, and no matter what, you go there, and more times than not, you'll be all right. Nowadays, you got to look at the keeper a little bit because they're just too good. And if you just say, I'm going right there, keeper's going to make a save. So now I like to go a little bit slow, see if the keeper will go one way or the other, look at him right in his eye, and then at that point, try to pick a way to go.
You know, when we used to play soccer when I was younger, we would normally put the kid that maybe didn't have the greatest skill set in the goal, thinking, look, it's probably the easiest thing. They can't kick. They can't kick. Maybe they can knock a ball down. Mm-hmm. But talk about how difficult playing goalie is, especially in the professional league, and the skill set it takes.
To all the goalies out there, it's not difficult at all. I'm joking. I'm joking. It's very difficult. Obviously, they're the last line of defense, right? And it's a very difficult job because, you know, the outfield guys, we can make a mistake, and more or less, there's like a few guys that can save you. If a goalie makes a mistake, a lot of times it's a goal. So definitely difficult. Also, when they dive, especially when there's like traffic, guys are coming at their head. They're in the air. Guys can undercut them. So I give a lot of credit to goalies. They say they have to be crazy to be a goalie. So I think it's true. But we love our goalies. We need them.
Who are the stars on this World Cup American team? Like, who should we be watching for?
Well, you always got Christian Pulisic. You know, he does this thing. I think Tyler Adams is another one engine. He plays midfield, kind of great leader, drives the team, both on and off the field. He was always a great guy. Who else you got? You got the keeper, Matt. Matt's doing well. Matt came along. Well, Matt Freese. There's both Matt Turner and Matt Freese. So they're both doing well. There's a team full of leaders, but I think those three are the guys that are gonna push the team to the heights that we need to.
Do you think we're gonna win?
Win what?
The World Cup, bro.
The whole thing?
Yeah, why not? Why couldn't it be this year?
I'll say, well, anything can happen, right? Especially on home soil. But I will say it starts with the group stage, man. I think you can't overlook that part. We can't think that we're just automatically going to get out. We're going to automatically get to the round of 16, automatically get to the quarterfinals. I think you got to take it game by game, you know, especially like I said, today's game, anybody can beat anybody. Take it game by game, get out the group, and then after that, anything can happen.
How much do you run? Have you ever measured what you're actually running during a match?
Yeah, so it's usually like 10, 11 kilometers.
I
That's how, yeah,
like kilometers.
I don't know
More
why
than
we use
miles.
kilometers. I don't know how many miles is that.
Yeah, 11 kilometers is what?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
8 miles.
1,200 yards.
No,
we're looking for miles.
Miles.
No, I need to know miles.
Miles.
What? Give us by
11,000
yard.
kilometers. How many miles is that?
6.8 miles.
So around about
there
7
you go.
miles a
yeah,
match.
around there. That sounds about right. Yeah.
Do you, when you train running, like what's a good run for you then? Do you ever just run, or do you not need to run because you're always
in off season? I'll probably just run. It's funny because you can just run in off season, and then when you play a game with the ball and it's start and stop, it's sprint, it's cut. You'd be like, yo, I did all this running in off season. Why am I still tired during the game? So it's crazy. The only soccer fitness you can get is from the match.
And it's 90 minutes, right?
It's 90 minutes.
And then tell me why they continue to put time on at the end. It drives me nuts.
Because of the guys that flop. The guys that roll around and we have to call the ambulance for them when they're really not really that hurt. That's injury time, so that's why they add it.
So they just add it back
They
on
add
at
it
the
back.
end.
Instead of stopping it, because if you stop it, the game's going to be like 3 hours.
Do you then, when, let's say that's happening, in your head, are you trying to keep up with what the extra time is going to be, or do they tell you?
Really? So they tell us. So at the end of the first
do.
half, they'll say, once the 45-minute mark hits, they say extra time, 5 minutes.
Got it.
Play the extra 5
So you're not
minutes.
just guessing and waiting for the
You're
horn.
not guessing.
Yeah, that's a real dumb guy question to ask.
No. Hey, listen, that's what we're here for, to kind of, enlighten people.
You play against Messi?
I play against Messi. I played against him in Spain, and I played against him here. as
Okay.
well.
Tell me something about Messi.
Messi's from a different planet, man.
Like really? Like you
Like,
watch him
really.
and it's different. Yeah.
It's not just, hype. He's, for me, the best player ever.
What about him?
His left foot is, like, it feels like he has the ball on his string. Like, wherever he goes, it's always there. You think you can get it, you can't. And then he's just clinical. Like, if you make a mistake, he's always there to punish you. Like, I remember playing it in Spain, man, and I slipped one time back in the net. Like, other guys, okay, you might have a chance, they might miss it. Like, he doesn't forgive. Like, if you make a mistake, it's a goal. And that's why he's one of the, the best athletes ever.
You think he's the best soccer player ever?
Yeah, I think so.
Who would you put on your Mount Rushmore of soccer players? Messi, obviously.
Messi, Ronaldo, obviously, are there. I loved Ronaldinho. That was my favorite player growing up. You guys know Ronaldinho? No, Brazilian legend.
I was just about to say Brazilian legend.
Yeah.
Did you know who Ronaldinho?
I actually didn't know who
you
that
did?
was. Yeah, but I wasn't confident enough to be like.
We're confident to say, Brazilian legend. He's probably the guy like started watching soccer because he's the first guy I see, like, you know, when you play FIFA and you do all these tricks on the TV. He's the first guy that I've seen do those tricks in a game. Like, he was unbelievable. So for me, Messi, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, of course. And then you got to put the OGs in there, Pele, Maradona. You got to respect them as well.
Can you do that thing where they kick the ball and in the air you do the back leg kick into the goal?
The bicycle.
Whatever that is.
I can do. I've never done it in a game, but yeah, I can. Sometimes I used to be messing around in practice, and we did cross, and I would finish something.
Let's go outside and see if he can do it.
in the gravel driveway.
It's okay. I'll catch him.
Have you ever had like a moment? Because you don't get to score normally, right?
I'll score every now and again, but my
that's
job
got to be
is
so
usually,
cool. Do you like rip your shirt off? Do you got to move?
Nah, I keep it kind of simple. I kind of just jump up and just say, thank you.
Is there a play? Do you guys have a play where you then, like Mighty Ducks, Flying V? You get the reference? Do you know what that is?
So what? The Mighty Ducks, a movie, right?
Yeah, when they do Flying V. And
so
it's
when you
like,
score, you do that. What are you talking about?
Well, so is there a thing where it's like, okay, we got to get Shaq. He's going to be at the V, go. And they have a play for you to come out of the defense.
To score. No, not like that. Because soccer is more improvisation. Is that
improvisational. Yeah.
Improvise. There's not really set plays. They kind of put you in positions to, once you get there, you can make a decision, and whatever comes of it, then you can go. So, but I've come like through the back post, by surprise, tap in. I've scored a few goals, and because I don't score a lot, my celebration is usually just kind of finally, So
can you keep the ball like in the NFL? If you score, can you I want that ball at the end of the game?
After the game,
you can get the ball?
Yeah, you can get the ball.
What if somebody else scores with it later and they say they want the ball?
No, whoever
It's
scores
first one?
first. Whoever scores first.
There's like 3-4 balls around the field. So
No, but I want the one I just kicked in.
You
That's not a thing where you really
first
don't.
come, first serve.
They only bring 3 balls to the game. Dude, we need that back.
Yeah.
If you kick it in the crowd, do they have to give it back or do they get to keep
Usually
it?
have to give it back, yeah.
No way.
There's no way if an American fan would give a ball back if they get it in the crowd, like on a field goal or something
know,
like that.
right?
There's
They have
no
to
way.
give the ball back?
Give it back. We're still playing. We still needed to play.
Buy more balls.
You're right.
No, that's the budget cut that they had to make. Like, we got you water, but we had to cut some of the
We had
balls.
to cut the balls out, right?
You do jersey swap?
Yeah, I do jersey spots.
Do you have to say something in the game or pregame and make sure?
Well, you can, but I have an ego, so I'm like, I can't ask for your jersey right now. I'm about to compete against you. So after the game, usually I'll be like, yo, much respect, good game. Can I get a jersey? If it's a guy I like, if it's a guy I know, one of my friends I grew up playing with, something like that. But before the game, I'm so locked in. Something about me, I could never ask for a guy's jersey until after the game. Even if it's my homeboy that I grew up with forever, until at least after the game.
Will you ask though if you lose or only ask if you win?
Probably if I win.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I lose, I'm so
It's
mad.
a little bit easier.
Yeah. If I lose, I'm so mad. Unless it was a good game and they were just a better team, I'd be like, okay. But usually when we lose, I'm so bad, I just go right inside.
So you're the captain.
I'm the captain.
So what does that mean within your organization in Dallas? Like you're the guy. Young guys come to you to be like, what up? Like, what's up?
Yeah, so basically, one of the leaders of the team. So a lot of guys would come to me, especially because I played in Spain, I played in the World Cup. They have a lot of questions, whether what to do in this play or how do you take care of your body, stuff like that. How to stay relevant, because a lot of guys are like rookies, 2021. How do I end up staying here and how do I last, right? So a lot of the young guys ask me. It's funny. We had a dinner the other day and. There's a screen up and we were playing highlights. So they showed one of my highlights in Spain playing against Barcelona, and the young guys were like, "Yo, I didn't know you played against all that." Because I'm not really boasting about it. I just kind of just couldn't get in and get out. So now they respect me, and after that day, they started asking me way more questions. I was like, okay, that makes me feel good a little bit. So yeah, definitely OG status now.
Are you a vocal leader or do you lead by example?
So this year I've been more vocal. I feel like I've had to be more local. In general, naturally, I'm more kind of lead by example. But I realize when I do talk, people listen. When in tough games where you have to be vocal, you have to, whether that's getting somebody's ass one time or whether that's, say, yo, come on, you gotta be ready. So I think not even just this year, last couple of years, I've definitely, as I've gotten older, especially, definitely had to be more vocal. Not boastful, not yelling and screaming all the time, but sometimes when you have to be a little bit more firm, it's just part of the job. We can be friends after.
When you're playing the national tournaments in any of these Gold Cup, World Cup, what small country is way better than they should be because they don't have that big of a population, but they're dogs?
One that comes to mind is probably Panama. Panama, you would think that they're not the best, but when you play against them, like I said, the first thing that they come with is the intensity. Forget the skill and, this and that. The way they play against you makes it so hard because they run, they fight. And sometimes that's hard to kind of match because they play so hard. So right off the bat, I would say probably Panama. You wouldn't expect much from them, but when you play against them, you realize, oh, this is a game.
What about from a physicality standpoint, like a team that comes in that hey, I got to get up for this because this team, they're going to play physical. They're going to try to beat you up physically.
Probably England. Just because
Really?
England, yeah. Their league is the best league in the world, right?
Bunch of milky white boys coming in?
They drink their tea before the game, bro.
So the game is so fast for them in England. So when you play against them, if you're not up for it, by 20 minutes, you can be gassed, right? So, and then on top of that, on top of being like physically superior, they run, they have technique. So imagine physically superior and technique at the same time. If you're not matching it physically to start off, tough game.
Do they hit each other? You guys hit each other in the nuts when people aren't looking? Like you don't? Because I would. I'd be like, boom. No?
No, we don't. Would you find that about? We don't.
I do back of the hand, like slap, like
nuts
pop. Yeah.
No.
You get a little nut tap?
No,
well, if I do it
we
front
do
way, I'm not feeling. I'm popping.
That's how I used to take the snap like this.
Oh yeah, that's a weird way.
That was a weird way. Yeah,
that's a weird way.
Yeah, it would have been.
Do you still enjoy soccer?
I do.
Like, do you find it exciting still now that you're a veteran?
I do actually.
Do you find new things to learn?
All the time. I mean, some days are longer than others, especially preseason. It's like, another preseason. But I still wake up every day. I still have this new energy to play every day, especially at this stage of my career, kind of teaching a lot of young guys. Same thing that I went through, putting it on them. So every day is definitely a privilege to still be able to play, especially how I have a lot of players that I play with. They don't even have contracts anymore. And they're like my age, 29, 30. So every day is definitely a blessing.
What is considered old in soccer?
In soccer?
Like when they're saying, hey, you're getting up there in your age.
Probably when you start to hit your early 30s to mid 30s, they start to say, oof, yeah, we might have to go another direction or, 1 year contracts. But I feel like, I take care of my body well enough. So ideally, I would like to play until maybe mid to late 30s. So
both of you guys have been traded. Him in the NFL, you got traded from Nashville. What's that call? Were you happy about that? Weird call? Like, oh no.
It's I wouldn't say weird call. It's a call that I wasn't expecting, but it's part of the game. I will say I'm thankful that they let me know ahead of time, right? So there's been horror stories where they tell you, the day of or a day before, or you're in the locker room and they tell you you're getting traded. For me, it was an off season, so I had time to kind of simulate it and talk to my partner and say, yeah, listen, we're going here or there, and so appreciate Nashville and the GM for doing that.
And when you walk into a new locker room, do you know a lot of these guys, or you're starting from square one again?
I probably knew like 3-4 guys just from playing, youth teams or national team. But yeah, it is still square one because new guys and new coach, new system. So definitely an adjustment period.
When you say system, talk to me about schematically. Are you guys running one type of system, or do you guys adapt your game plan based on the opponent that you're playing?
So usually we'll play one type of system. So like I said, there's a 4-4-3, or 4-4-2, and 4-3-3. It kind of depends. And then in that system, then you start to adjust, right? So sometimes the outside back's a little bit higher, sometimes a little bit lower. Sometimes you're playing a little bit more long balls than tiki-taka. So it kind of depends on who you're playing with. So when we play Red Bull, they're a team that usually press high. Press high. They're waiting for you to make a mistake like close to your box and score. So maybe against Red Bull, we might not play short too much. We might play a little bit longer until the game settles down and they get tired. Then you start to play. So those are the little intricacies that come with, each team is different.
Is there a play where the goalie just takes off and tries to score?
No.
Oh, there's not?
No.
Oh, that surprised them like crazy.
No.
It's like you're not expecting him.
see it?
All of a sudden, he takes the ball and goes.
No, we don't.
That's a long field, bro.
That's a long field. And if he messes up, there's an open net to scoring.
Yeah, that's the risk.
Risk reward.
Yeah, but it's like you're down one with 30 seconds left.
So what they'll do, they'll come up for a corner kick. So you have an extra guy, and usually the goalies are taller, so they'll come up for the corner 95th minute, last minute of the game. And there's actually been a few goalies that scored like this. I think there's one goalie that scored this year, and he celebrated, obviously, taking off his shirt. So in that case, yes. But in terms of dribbling from his goal to the other goal,
Or just like surprise, like he's just running up and you're all the way on the other side of the field, and all of a sudden you're like, Hank, the goalie's
It's
taking
crazy.
over.
One of our teammates would probably take the ball from him before an opponent does.
Get back there.
Yo, give me that ball, yo. You know? Nah. We don't want the goalie doing that.
When you watch NFL football, could you be a place kicker?
You know what?
I mean, I'm guessing you could kick the
I gotta
crap
say,
out of
that's a
it.
good question.
You know what I
Good
mean?
question.
I
That's a
feel
good
like
question.
I might need some practice, but I think I can be decent at it. I'm not saying I'll be the best, but I think I can hold my own if I got some practice, a few reps.
I mean, we're literally catching it and putting it where you want me to put it.
I feel like it's not as easy as it looks.
I don't think it is either. I can't kick.
And
but
I
you
play
can.
soccer, and I feel like it's not as easy as it looks. But I've actually never done it, so.
You've never kicked a football
never
just
kicked
for
a football.
fun? We'll do that in the yard too afterward.
Seriously.
Yeah, we do that.
We'll do the
bicycle
helicopter
kick.
kick.
Yeah.
We'll do the field goal.
What do you do yoga or anything like that?
I do hot yoga. I just did hot yoga today. Actually.
Yeah, like what is it that we probably wouldn't expect that you as a pro athlete that you do to keep your body in good shape?
Well, I go to the gym. Well, apart from the team facility. So in the evenings, sometimes I'll go to the gym and just do extra stretching, extra sauna, swimming, and then hot yoga. Those, I feel like that's prolonged my career. Not that I'm at the end of my career, but it's made me feel better than I probably would have a couple years ago when I wasn't doing it. So.
And what type of training do you actually do? Do you guys do a lot of weightlifting during the season? Do you have a regimen that you do?
So we do. Well, in Dallas, we do 1 day upper body, 1 day lower body. So upper body is usually regular upper body. Well, not regular. Soccer specific upper body and soccer specific lower body. That's usually on a Wednesday and a Thursday. So that's kind of what we do. We don't do it every day. Somebody asked me, like, do you guys do gym every day? I'm like, no, we're soccer players, so our build is a little bit different than football or NBA. So probably like 2 times a week we'll do it.
I like that he pointed at me on NBA. He said
Just
football,
saying.
NBA.
I saw a
saying.
Pacers jersey there, so I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I know if
I
you
didn't
guys
play.
you didn't play. They just gave it to you.
Well, I went out and we did a bunch of like content there.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's the first thing. I thought, okay, maybe he likes basketball.
Nah, I tell jokes.
Okay,
He's
yeah.
playing a bunch of celebrity though. Celebrity games.
I played in the games.
See, but weren't you the MVP? Remember, tell him the story about when you were the MVP.
He's a professional athlete. He doesn't want to hear my story of. Okay, here's the deal.
I don't mind it. Yeah, go ahead.
No, he likes this. He likes this one.
If you're begging, every year the Major League Baseball All-Star Game.
Okay.
They have a celebrity softball tournament.
Gotcha.
And so my season, it was me, Terrell Owens, Des Bryant, like all these NFL guys, the guys from. What's the group? Dude Perfect. And I mean, I got MVP. I went 4 for 4. Yeah, it was just a thing. Yeah, just a thing.
Somebody got to sign you,
I did the
man.
thing. Yeah, I did it.
Somebody has to sign you.
Yeah.
You're too good for them.
And I had a torn ankle at the time too. Yeah, I mean, I ain't trying
Fighting
to brag.
through injury.
Warrior, I know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Those type of players. Huh?
I mean, I don't want to brag. Or anything.
Kurt Gibson.
Yeah, it was just a little. And I won Dancing with the Stars, the TV show.
really?
I won the whole thing for talking athlete. Yeah, let me just get it all out. Yep. I do not know how to dance, and I won
you won Dancing
I
with the
won the whole show. Wow. Yeah.
What can't you do? That's the question.
Play soccer.
Play soccer.
Yeah, or dance, or really anything else athletic. Shaq, we really appreciate you coming in, man. This has been super fun.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
We're in the elementary stages of learning. I feel like I heavily invest in learning more and more about soccer during the World Cup and the Olympics, right? Because that's when it's presented to us.
More, yeah.
And the Nashville club is right down the road, which is cool. And they have an awesome stadium. Because I went to a couple games when they were playing at Nissan Stadium. Did you play for them in Nissan
No, I
Stadium?
didn't play for them.
It's bad news.
Is it bad news?
It's bad news in Nissan Stadium because it was too big.
Too big, and it didn't feel like a good atmosphere to play in, right?
Soccer was cool, but the atmosphere wasn't good because the
wasn't
stadium was way too big. This stadium, they go hard.
Yes.
Like that, you played there, right?
Yes,
like they
I
go
played
hard,
there,
right?
yes. I think it's probably the best stadium in MLS.
Is it because it's new?
Because it's new and the fans, right? The fans really make you feel like this is a home field advantage. So I remember playing against other teams. They would tell me, Nashville, gotta go to Nashville. It's a tough place to play. So, yeah.
What about Dallas?
Dallas, so we're doing new stadium renovation. So we have half capacity right now, but I
that'd be
think
tough.
once they finish it, I think it'll be one of the premier stadiums too. So
Is the stadium in Dallas?
Stadium's in Frisco.
Frisco, where
it's like 30,
everybody's
40
moving.
minutes out.
Are you living in Frisco?
I'm living in Frisco. Yeah.
I like Frisco. I did some stuff with the Cowboys there because
really?
that's where the
that's where the
training facility is.
Yeah.
We went down and I did some stuff with Jerry Jones. And that's it. Frisco's a cool little town.
Really nice, nice. And a lot of people are moving there. They're building Universal Studios there.
They got like an Applebee's.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're
Applebee's.
Applebee's.
They got Chili's. Saw one of those.
Fridays?
Yeah, it's like pretty big. Yeah.
We got to get you guys out there for a game or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's roll. I'm down.
That'd be, I just ask a lot of questions. I'm like my grandma watching a movie.
That's no problem.
She's like, "What just happened? Who's that? What's that?"
Did we
He's
just
like, "That's
score?"
me."
Bobby's out there. Pull the goalie.
I know, right?
Pull the goalie. I gotta play, Coach. I gotta play
I
for
know,
you.
right? That's funny. That's funny.
So what do you do? So you're here with us today. Like, then when do you go back to Dallas?
We got to be back on the 14th.
And so
Train on the 15th.
to train for.
So we have a World Cup break now, and then we go back and we start
it's a
the
break,
training.
right?
It's a break, 3-week break, and then we go back and start the train and get ready for the second half of the season.
Do you take a break or do you stay? You try to stay.
I try to stay fit a little bit, so that's why I do my yoga, do a little running, do a little gym, because if I do nothing, I'll come back on the 15th.
Looking like me.
Breathing. You look great, man. It wouldn't be bad to look like you, but yeah, I wouldn't be in the best shape.
Shaq, we really appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Thank you so
guys,
much.
man. Thank you. I had a great time, man. Thank you guys for having me.
All right, thanks to Shaq Moore for coming in. I really was. About the third time he said, "Good question," I was feeling the heat. You're nailing it.
No, I just think that
You were nailing it.
I don't even. I just really prepared for this. You know, this is what I look forward to week in and week out.
You were nailing it.
And plus, with the guidance of some of the individuals in this room, you know, I'm trying to hone my skill.
You were nailing it.
No, I wasn't. I was just
I
asking
would
questions.
also like to say this. I'd like to say why he said that it was my show and not our show, because I was thinking about that. Because he did say that. He goes, "It's your show," and he pointed at me.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to tell you why, though. It's not because you were crushing the questions. The lobby's all my face when you walk in.
Yes, it is. And you told him, yeah, I put the studio together because.
Well, it was
So the studio's yours, the house in the front's yours, all the collectible items are yours. The bobbleheads are when you walk in.
If you want to invest in the building, you can. I'm just
You didn't
saying
give me that opportunity.
It wasn't about this relationship on the show, because obviously you were outperforming me. We saw the data.
Oh my gosh.
But I don't want your feelings to be hurt, because he thought it was
I don't get
in
my
the
feelings
lobby
hurt.
of these buildings. It's all my face. Okay.
You might get hurt by a comment like that. I don't ever.
Okay. Just making. There's both of our faces are right here.
Yeah, he just didn't recognize that guy.
We just didn't.
He said,
Well, both of us like 12 in that picture.
We really
But
do
we
look
like it's a
young.
cartoon. That's how you stay young.
We got pretty heavy eyebrows
Do
too.
a card.
Do you have
we
blue
did that
eyes?
pretty-
Do you have blue eyes?
Nah. Are those blue on that screen? I'm colorblind.
Yeah, I'm definitely green. I'll take that.
We appreciate Shaq for coming in. Pretty cool. He went to a World Cup in Qatar. That's wild.
This is unbelievable. You think about all the soccer players in the world, and you get picked to be on the team to represent your country. That's got to be pretty prideful and pretty big moment.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You guys good? Everybody good over there?
Yeah.
Are you sure? You guys want to go pick up a little soccer game in the park after this, or what?
No.
Shaq drives back by. It's us playing 2-on-2 soccer out in the front.
Yeah, well, that, and then we've got the hacky sack on the side.
Castle's
Let's work
doing a
our
bicycle
footwork.
kick.
All right, thank you guys for listening. We really appreciate it. Share with your friends if you don't mind. We could use it. That's Matt Castle. That's Kickoff Kevin. That's Brandon Ray. I'm Bobby. We've had lots to say. We'll see you guys next week. All right, bye, everybody.